welcome to the video class whereby I want to teach you the laws of indices and the sections of mathematics that make it easy and to understand the mathematics started from these indices, where we talk about the index and power. And don't forget, after watching this video to the end, try to do the class activities and send it to the comment sections to know how you really get what we are trying to do and understand the topic really. But meanwhile, this video is just for module 1. Now we are talking about the laws of indices. Before you even go deep to these laws of indices, there is something that you need to take in place, which is this and x, a and x. So naturally, what do we call this a? A is an index or power. So, but there's another one here, we call it base. So if a is an index, so anytime you are calling this number, you said x at the power of a, or x at an index of a. So the x is the base. So that is how we relate. So now there are some laws that we need to understand in the laws of indices. So let's start the law right now. So we have law 1, which is this. We have 1. It lets us to know that x raised to power a to multiply x raised to power b. So what you observe from here is that they have the same base, but they have different index. But the law lets us to know that anytime their base are equal and they have different index, even though the index are even the same, but for the fact that the base are equal and it is multiplication, you are going to add it together. You add them, so that is just the law. So there's another law like this. You just change some things. X raised to power a to divide x raised to power b. Because it's a division, what you are going to do is a minus b. Now, it still go further to let us to know that if this x raised to power 0 is equal to 1, but you need to note one fact that the x, it is not equal to 0, because 0 to power 0 can never be 1. So, there's another law which says that x raised to power minus a can be written as 1 over x raised to power a. So I would like to solve some example relating to this law, and I'll be using the law to indicate the reason why my answer is like that. Let's try to have an example 1. For example, we are to simplify 10 squared to multiply 10 raised to power 3. For the fact that you understand the law 1 that says x raised to power a times x raised to power b, it will give you, so because it is the same, we have the base are the same, are equal, we have 10 raised to power 2 plus 3, which will give you 10 raised to power 5. So that is how it looks like. So let's also have another example. Let's call this example 2. So we have 22 n raised to power 7 to divide 2 n raised to power 3. Now, you're able to see this, that in mathematics there is a little way that they will try to change some pattern. Now, let's relate it like this. 22 n raised to power 7 to divide 2 n raised to power 3. By the time 2 cancel 22, we have 11 n raised to power 7 over n raised to power 3. Now, what do you now believe you can do? You can decide to say 11 n raised to power 7 to divide n raised to power 3. And you can also rewrite it to have 11 times n raised to the power 7 to divide n raised to the power 3. But you can still remember that now times, because the base of n are equal, you choose only one n to have 7 minus 3, which is equal to 11 times n raised to the power 4. So, which we have 11 n raised to the power 4. So, that should be the answer for this. So, let's also try to relate, because let's say example 3. Example 3. Now, if you are to simplify 19 raised to the power 0, as I've said earlier the other time, I said x raised to the power 0 is equal to 1. That for the fact that s is not equal to 0, so we have 19 raised to the power 0, it will be equal to 1. So that is just the answer. So we are still going to be using these little questions when we combine it together. So let's have example 4. Example 4, we have something like 5 raised to the power minus 2. But you can still remember one of the laws that I wrote that says x raised to the power minus a. I said it is 1 over x raised to the power a. So, you just change it directly, that 5 raised to the power minus 2. It is so straight to the extent I say 1 over 5 square. So, therefore, we have 1 over 5 times 5, which is equal to 1 over 25. So, let's have example 5 for the module 1. Example 5. Now, there is another example. This is the way example looks like. 2 raised to the power 3 times 1 over 6 all raised to the power minus 1. Now, 2 raised to the power 3 is 2 times 2 times 2 times. Now, 1 over 6 will be, according to the law, 1 over 1 over 6. So you try to relate it in the form that 8 times 1. You know this division, the moment you want to change to times, 1 over 6 will reciprocate. So in view of that, it will now be 1 times 6 over 1. So, which will give you 8 times 1 times 6. And everything will give you 48. So, that is how it looks like. Now, let's try this, our example 5. Let me go to example 6. Example 6. Now, a question like this, r times r raised to the power 0 times r raised to the power minus 5. Now, we can solve this in two ways. The first method, let's do the first method. Now we have, in the first method, I would decide to say that r raised to the power 0 is equal to 1. So for having r times r raised to the power 0 times r raised to the power minus 5, it will give you, if r raised to the power 0, according to my first method, is 1, I will say that r times 1 times r raised to the power minus 5, which is r times r raised to the power minus 5. With our law, the r is the same. Now, before we go to that, now, we still have to understand one fact, that r on its own can be written as r raised to the power 1 So please, you have to note this very well. R. So, well, in writing R times R raised to the power minus 5, you will now write as R raised to the power 1 times R raised to the power minus 5 is equal to R is common, 1 plus minus 5. So, you will now say that it is R onto 1 minus 5, which is equal to R onto minus 4, which will give us 1 over R raised to the power 4. So this should be the final answer there for the question. So, with the little that we just did, I would like to give you a classwork, and for me to know exactly what, maybe you watch this video, you in the comment section in the YouTube class, you are going to write the answer directly. For those who have much interested for a private class, we send their number to me. I will add them to the group. So whereby just in the comment section, just after watching this video to the end, put your number, your WhatsApp number. I will add you. We will be able to discuss much for a private class. But the most important thing is you make sure that you send the answer of the classwork to the comment section in the YouTube. So this is a class activity that you must put in place. So solve all this. The first one says that 5x squared times 4x raised to power 0 times 2x raised to power minus 6. Number 2, 9a raised to power minus 5 times 4a raised to power 6. You have to solve it. So simplify. Just simplify. Then let me use solve. Let's use simplify. You need to simplify. Simplify all this. So the third one is 5y times 4y raised to power 4. So you solve this and you send the answer to me in the comment section. You can even try to, if you're in group, you send the answer to the group, or if you're in you just come across in the YouTube, you send your answer to the comment section. And also, if you want to join the group, just write the number and we're going to add it directly.